Whiskey's good proof in water. Tells you who's real and who isn't. Let's see if Bushmills Prohibition is really different than classic Bushmills. Welcome to 4-Leaf Whiskey. So as you can see, I got a new set, and I'm very excited to be able to tell you the similarities and differences between Bushmills Classic White Label and Bushmills Prohibition style. Though the Bushmills Classic White Label has been around for quite a long time, it's a staple of the Bushmills lineup. It's a no age statement whiskey, but it's typically thought of to be around 5 years old. And it is ex-bourbon and ex-Oloroso finished sherry. And it is 40% or 80 proof. The Bushmills Prohibition was created in collaboration with the Peaky Blinders TV show. And it is supposed to be recreating a typical Prohibition era recipe. It is ex-bourbon cask. It is non-chill filtered. And it's bottled at 46 ABV or 92 proof. And today we're going to see how different they are. So we'll start with the classic Bushmills White Label. So right away you get the shortbread cookie notes that kind of synonymous with Irish whiskey. You get buttery shortbread, a little vanilla, caramel. I also get like a light summer berry, like a raspberry or strawberry on the nose, just a little bit. Think of it like the thumbprint cookie. It's like the little dollop of jam on top. So just like a hint of it. So on the palate, you do still get a lightness. A lot of the buttery cookie notes are coming through. A lot of the vanilla. A little bit of the caramel. I get a lot of the apple. I wasn't getting as much on the nose, and might just be because it is a new bottle I opened, because I typically do get apple and a little bit more on Bushmills, the Bushmills White Label. But on the palate, I am getting quite a bit of like a lighter, like a fresh cut apple. It does drink a little thin, finishes short. This bottle obviously is not really designed for a lot of neat pours. It's more for cocktails and Irish. I use this in Irish coffee quite a bit. But in a pinch, it's not a bad whiskey at all. For the price point, definitely. Really no woody notes, not a lot of complexity. It's just very straightforward, very simple. Very classic Irish style. So we'll check out the Bushmills Prohibition. So right away you get the difference on the nose. I definitely get what I typically get with a more bourbon finished Irish whiskey, which is a lot more tropical notes. Getting a little bit of mango, but mostly a lot of banana. Getting a lot of banana. Still getting vanilla and a little hint of caramel. I will say one thing Bushmills is very good about is when you get vanilla on either the nose or the palate, it's true vanilla. It's vanilla extract. It's not processed imitation vanilla. Some other Irish whiskeys, I know Jameson's one of them, I get more of like a metallic vanilla, kind of like vanilla frosting or vanilla flavoring. I will say Bushmills, I typically get more of a true vanilla extract. It's more of a rich vanilla. Still not getting any woody notes on the nose at all with the Prohibition, but I'm getting a lot more of the tropical notes, definitely a lot of the banana. So this one still leads with the classic buttery shortbread cookie, but that banana definitely is still there on the finish. The other thing about this one is it's a little oilier. It's richer, it's more viscous. A little peppery, a little spicy on the finish. I don't really think that's the proof. It doesn't drink high proof at all. And the proof is not that much more than the classic. But I think it is just a little spice there on the end, which actually balances out the sweetness really well. I'm not getting apple hardly at all on this one at all, but that banana definitely is standing out. So final thoughts. I am a big Bushmills fan. I'm a big Alex Thomas fan, who is the master blender at Bushmills. I do have probably my biggest complaint, I should say, about Bushmills is the 40% ABV. I think it's long overdue time to bump that up. I appreciate the Prohibition recipe being a little bit higher, and for that factor alone, I kind of lean towards the Prohibition. It's just got a little bit more going on. It's not just the ABV, but it seems to have a little bit more, not really complexity, because neither of them are very complex whiskeys, but it's just, you're getting a little more flavor out of it, I should say. You're still getting the classic cookie notes, but you do get some of the tropical notes, some of the banana. You do get a little bit of a peppery finish to kind of balance out the sweetness, whereas the Bushmills Classic, if you like a sweet whiskey, this is just all sweet. Whereas the Prohibition's got a little more going on to kind of tone that sweetness down a bit. If you're a fan of the Peaky Blinders TV show, I would definitely pick up a bottle. I will probably pick up another one. As you can see, I'm running a little low on there. But I do think it's worth the price. I paid $21 for the Bushmills Classic. The Prohibition, I think, is $29. So they're both very reasonable priced whiskeys. And I hope that they continue the style of the if not keeping the Prohibition bottle in the core lineup, I hope they keep heading in the general direction of increasing the ABV of the bottles that are in the core lineup. Please like and subscribe and comment below if there's another Irish whiskey you'd like me to review. Sláinte.